It's a okay day here.
Yeah.
Because I'll explain later.
Okay.
But some plumbers just did some work. That's not like a weird
about
euphemism.
time.
That's not a weird euphemism for me saying that I just...
Okay.
Anyway.
It's about time that you had your plumbing fixed over here.
Guys, guess what? We're going to get into it big time here in a second. And Plumber's Corner. Welcome to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. Yeah, thought I was going somewhere, but it wasn't. Your husband does not have a monopoly on fizzy drink.
He does. He's cornered the market.
First person ever, just the first man to ever mix club soda and lime. He's like the Reese, right? When Reese accidentally dropped peanut butter in his chocolate. Hey guys, welcome to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. Yeah. I've got a fizzy drink today. I'm Brandon Birdwell. I'm one half of the Cold Hands, Warm Hearts podcasting duo.
Hi guys. I'm Ashley Engle.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys. I'm Ashley Engle. I'm the other half. Welcome to episode 74.
74, where we get real deep into plumbing.
Well,
where
I can't wait. I did not foresee
hanging
this.
out over at the Ace Hardware. I'm a handyman.
Have you?
With a handy... No.
Tell you what you do have is a mustache on your face.
Well, first and foremost...
it's very thick.
It's a me.
I know.
Mario. If we're going to be plumb... If I'm going to plumb, I got a mustache.
I figured.
How am I going to stick my hand down wrangling turds?
Oh, gosh. Guys, I'm sorry.
Okay, is it possible that plumbers in the olden times...
I'm sure they did. Let's talk about what happened to you today.
Okay. 2 seconds on this.
No.
I'm very big into like the etymology and background and how we wound up here, right?
When was indoor plumbing invented? That's the question that's going to dictate this answer.
Okay, well, now there's modern technologies. We can not smell poo. We can avoid it.
Sorry, guys. Okay,
That's a sound effect from Miss D. That wasn't a real poot. That was a plushy poot.
Sweet D, our sound effects sponsor.
She showed up,
gave us some new stuff.
And she walked into a room with a box and said, "What's in the box?" And it had a turd emoji and a bike
bell
for
Franny.
Anyways, so
thank you, D. You're the best.
Is it possible that the image that we have of plumbers in the olden times, like Mario and Luigi with the big, thick mustaches, is because they just needed a buffer?
Okay.
Butt
you know
buffer.
what?
Butt buffer Magoo.
So you got your plumbing fixed today.
I did. Well, okay. So I got the toilet bowls sorted a while back.
Okay.
But only so here's the thing.
Guys, at one time, maybe back in September, Brandon's home had one functioning toilet.
We call that the before times, the long ago. But since then, I can make in 3 places.
Great.
And the yard 4. So
first and
foremost, I can pee anywhere.
I get it.
And that's my lot in life. Listen, guys, the problem wasn't the toilets.
This time
it was that the hot water heater in the house has been out. And there's only
For how long?
Weeks and weeks.
Oh.
There's only so long you can convince yourself that you're doing it on purpose, like that you're getting a cold plunge in.
Your family tolerated this for weeks and weeks.
I haven't had a shower in days and days.
No, Lindsay and Ben took cold showers for weeks.
I'm not on trial here.
Wow.
I'm not on trial here. The hot water heater is.
Okay, but you got it fixed.
Yes, I did. And so I was gonna shower before this podcast. Nice hot shower. Haven't had a hot shower in months. And I legitimately haven't. I'm a mess. My nail beds are a disaster.
Yeah.
I'm out of control.
I was gonna say, that's why you haven't shaved your face.
You know what happened was I was actually shaving and the battery on my shaver died.
Oh my God.
and I had like half a face done. And so I let it charge back up. And then once I got back into it, I was going to leave the mustache.
Because how handsome I look.
I knew, this feels passive.
Caterpillar.
That feels very passive aggressive. And I think I pull a mustache off just fine.
You do.
As well as anyone can. Here's the problem.
It's November.
You want to know the problem with me having a mustache at this stage in my life?
Sure.
I'm not like some fun, quirky kid growing a mustache.
Not a hipster.
I'm a man with a mustache.
Right. There comes a line.
I'm Uncle Daryl.
Yeah. Our Uncle Daryl,
He's always had a
a
mustache.
very thick, handsome mustache.
And the Birdwells grow a good mustache.
Yeah. But in your mind, you would never reach Uncle Daryl stage because you'd never be a man.
No.
And here you are.
I'm just a child. I'm a child with a crustache. It's not even a real mustache. It's a crustache.
It's not. It's thick. And also, it's November. Don't you do a thing with your face hairs in November?
Okay. Yup.
You don't shave them.
I don't. Well, a lot of times I'll let my beard grow.
That's it.
All the way out, all the way through the year.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I went out and played golf, and it was unseasonably warm on the
hot?
course,
Yeah.
and my beard face got hot.
Okay.
And so I came home. I was very Pedro from Napoleon.
Yes.
I was like, my head got hot.
I was hot.
I was hot. Is she hot? And so I came home and shaved half of my face, and then charged the rest of my face.
And left the stash.
Yep. And then plumbed. It's been plumb crazy the last couple of days.
Well, listen, I'm really glad you've gotten your plumbing sorted out. That's important.
I-
Also, we're moving into the colder months. You need hot water
I'm
around
just saying,
here.
listen,
what in the
guys,
world?
listeners of the pod, you can henceforth expect me to be showered
Yes.
and hygienic
Groomed.
and groomed. Groomed. So that's it. That's what's going on in my world. I can have a hot shower
Today.
Yeah.
Last Tuesday was Halloween. He's drinking a club soda. Do you hear the clinky cubes? That's always one of my favorite parts of the movie previews, is where they have the Coke ad, and the cubes are like. I love it. Okay, last Tuesday was Halloween. Okay, we met as
Real quick.
Okay.
The fact that you said, you saw me taking a big swig of my beverage, and you said last week was Halloween, as if I needed to respond to that. Like I needed to confirm it for you. Like, yep, no, it was. You could have just kept going, as a professional podcaster would have to.
I wanted people to get the ASMR experience of your clinking ice cubes. You're welcome.
Okay, well, you did it.
You're welcome.
Indoor plumbing, thank you, producer, was invented back in the early 1800s, is all it says.
Okay.
Vague.
Very vague.
Wide net.
Well, it probably took some time
When was the mustache invented?
to get all the pipe long ago.
It's in the Bible.
For sure.
And Zagat begat mustache.
That's it.
And mustache begat plummy.
That's it.
And plummy invented plumbing.
That's in there.
Is it? Biblicisms.
That's it. Okay, last Tuesday was Halloween.
I hated it.
We met, as we do every year, annually, at Crindy and Harry's for chili and witch's brew. Every year we do this for probably the last, I don't know, every year.
Okay.
I feel like I'm trying to think of a year that we haven't done this. And it's fun because we meet and we see the kids in their costumes and we take pictures and then we set out from there to go trick-or-treating. Well, as the kids have gotten older, they kind of make their own plans now. And so we all ate together. What did Ben dress up as this year?
He was Link from the Zelda.
From the Zelda.
From the Zelda. The Zelda and the Hyrule from the Nintendo Switch. He was a Zelda.
Sure. Here's what I appreciated about Ben's costume this year. Several homemade elements.
Yeah.
Did I understand them? No.
I'm over here paying for new water heaters. I can't be buying you a real sword. A sword at the Renaissance
It needs
Fair?
to be cardboard. And he did a great job with
Cardboard wrapped in foil.
Yeah.
That's the
yes.
sword equivalent of robot arms being the dryer like
Yes.
tubes.
Yes. But it was great. He looked great. And then Hope, we kind of had a last minute costume swap. We had a little cheetah sweatsuit. So she was a cheetah. And I have to say, my makeup job was really good. Googled it.
You did that?
Crushed it.
Well, she looked like a cheetah.
I know.
So
thank you.
I mean, I can't dispute the legitimacy of her makeup.
She looked great.
Yeah, no, it was great. It was she was a wonderful cheetah.
Right off the Broadway stage of Cats.
Are there cheetahs in that?
I don't know.
Those
but
are
my
like-
makeup job could have
No, there are
stood
not.
up to the Cats makeup.
This
I'm
is
just saying.
this is where
I
we
missed
would
my calling.
we would love to be able to toss it up to dear friend Heather for Broadway Corner.
There are no cheetahs and cats. They're all house cats.
Yeah, but they're alley.
Jellicles.
They're in the alleys.
Jellicle cats.
They're feral. They're not house cats. They're feral. That's from my upcoming off Broadway production called Feral Cats. And they're all just like disgusting.
Mangy.
Just mangy cats.
Clumps of fur just flying.
The magical Mr. Eustophiles.
And the cat, the main cat is named Grisabella. Ours is Rizabella.
Oh, God. She's so ratchet. Just a ratchet back alley cat. Ratchet cats. Memories. Just feral, but they're just, it's all like, literally when she's singing Memories, it's just one like long ash on a cigarette just hanging out of her mouth. I was acceptable then.
Starring Fran.
Franny as the feral back alley ratchet Rizzy cat. Fran's producing. I don't fit in my leotard anymore. A 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, Fran.
You're giving me house cat. Give me feral. Give me feral cat.
Too classy. You're too classy.
Whoa, who's this? That's not Franny.
Who is that?
I don't know. That's Franny's assistant.
Dana.
Dana? Okay. She feels like a Dana.
You're too classy. We'll hear from her again later. Okay, you guys took...
Feral cat. Brought to you by Dana and Franny. New York, New York. Meow. Oh. Shh. The overture's starting. Act like you live indoors, even though you don't, you feral bunch of felines. Bridge and tunnel crowd.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
At some point, this podcast is just going to be all Franny. Play the hits.
She's taken over. Okay.
She's taken over the great wide way.
That's right.
With feral cats.
Okay, you and Lindsay and Crindy took Ben and Hope trick-or-treating. Yeah. What would you say was the best treat of the night? I bet I know.
Personally, the Jack Link's beef jerky.
That's what I was going to say.
The fella gave out. And I don't even really care for Jack Link's, but it's better than...
Sponsor us, Jack Link's.
No, don't. Chomps.
Whoa.
Sponsor us, chomps.
Sponsor
us, chomps.
But there's a house that gives out beef jerky.
And now a word from our chompser. When I need a beef stick, when I'm in a hunger, right? When I'm sitting around all day and I'm panging, I got pangs deep down in my guts.
When I'm panging.
When I'm Topanga. Yes. From Boy Meets World, this boy needs to meet a meat stick. Hey, everybody, chomps, grass-fed, grass-finished. Chomps are us, Paunch. Low sodium, high sodium. Let's be brodiums. Chomp are us, Comj.
Stop it!
This is a free ad. This is a free ad for Chomp's beef sticks.
I don't think they need it from us.
You can't buy this kind of publicity.
Yes, you can, and you should. Sponsor us.
Pony up the dough, Chomps.
Okay.
I know you're at Costco. I see you.
So are we copping all the Kirkland gear?
When you need emergency jerky, pull the ripcord on a Chongs. When you're plummeting into hangar, when your plane's pulling into the hangar, pull your ripcord on your parachute beef. Who's certified in beef shooting? Chongs.
Stop it.
Anyway, the Jack Link's beef jerky. But I will say that there was someone out there doing the hardcore flex, giving out full-size candy bars.
Yeah, I saw that. Hope came out, and this is very my child. Kind of type A in some ways. Cleared off the kitchen table and grouped everything by color, type,
Phylum Kingdom.
Phylum Kingdom, all the things. But in
Class
there,
order genus species.
yeah. So best treats, full-sized Reese's cups. Also Jack Link's. Worst treat, a sucker that says Happy Valentine's Day.
I don't know. It's pretty awesome.
Is it?
That's kind of good.
Who knows what year it's from?
I mean,
Imagine her confusion.
It's just somebody. It's a good thing that she didn't get there later, because that's just a person clearing out their fallout shelter of just stuff.
I think that's what it was.
Here's some pressed tomatoes.
Your
in a
tornado
can.
shelter.
Yeah.
Here's some peaches and light
Here's
syrup.
peaches and light syrup and pocket beef.
Yeah, here's some Vienna sausage.
Oh, I would crush a Vienna sausage.
I
right
know
now.
you would.
They're so gross, and I love them so much.
I can't.
Man.
Can't do it. Used to be able to, can't.
I would. What a funny thing to give out on
For Halloween.
On Halloween, just cans of Viennas.
We give them out as prizes at youth group sometimes.
Or open them up. The cans, because you don't want to get full cans, and just like,
one.
and baggie them up, put them in little sandwich
with
baggies,
a little bit of liquid.
sandwich baggies, and then put a note in there that says Happy Valentine's Day.
So confusing.
Why? There's several problems with what you've done.
Also, that liquid's a little bit gelatinous,
Oh yeah.
and that's going to be in a Ziploc.
Well, here's what you do: is you parcel up all of the Viennas individually into baggies.
They look like fingers.
And they look kind of fingerish.
Yeah.
And then what you do is, when you have leftover, you just fill one extra baggie with just the liquid, and then one lucky winner just gets the Vienna sausage liquid bag.
the gelatinous.
Yeah.
Because it's leaking out in there.
Yeah.
And everything's going to be contaminated.
Chongs are us Vienna sausage. Give us more of it. We need it.
We do
Let us try out different flavors.
We don't.
Salt and vinegar.
Oh.
Wasabi and Tokyo beans.
Oh, sriracha.
Sriracha sausage.
What's the best costume you saw out there on the streets?
You know, I don't know that anyone really blew me away this year. I don't know that I saw
felt that way
anything great.
too.
I felt like it felt kind of like people phoned it in.
Well, also it was cold, so people had coats on over costumes, so you couldn't see what a lot of them were
That's
working
always
with.
tough.
Yeah,
That's always tough. I saw some of the inflatable dinosaurs running around.
they make an impression.
They do, but they're not. It's not a ridge.
Well, we've
It's
seen
been
them.
done to death.
We've seen them.
We've seen them. It's a cover of a cover at this point.
I still think they're fun. I will say there was one dinosaur who came to my door.
Yeah.
And he was the dinosaur from Jurassic Park, that the little cute one that then goes.
The Dilophosaurus, is that what it is?
I don't know.
Producer, will you look that up?
And
The
he
spitting
spits
dinosaur.
the venom into the eyes and incapacitates the victims before shredding them to pieces. He was awfully cute. I also saw a darling baby bumblebee, and it was far past her bedtime.
Don't bury the lead. You know whose face he spits in is Newman from Seinfeld.
Hello, Newman.
Wayne Knight.
Oh.
That's his name.
Is he with us still?
He
No.
is.
Oh, is he?
He's also super duper skinny.
Hey.
He lost a whole bunch of weight.
Okay. I did not know that.
Well, he's on that Vienna sausage diet.
I'm glad he's still with us. We've
in
just lost a lot of people
in a
lately
world
in the entertainment
in a
industry.
world full of darkness. We still have Newman, and he always delivers. He's a mailman.
Yeah.
In the show.
You did it.
Thank you. Dilophosaurus. Dilophosaurus.
Okay. Well, it was a great costume. It was great.
Did he just spit right in your face?
Yes.
Just came and it's like,
And I said, no candy for you, mister.
no candy for you, venomous baby.
Outta here.
Out of here. He goes around. What he does is he's got one candy bag, and he's got another bag that's just full of loose cans of pea soup. And at every house, he stuffs his little maw full of them, and then just spits in homeowners' faces.
He commits to that character.
You got to commit to the bit. If you're gonna spit in residents' faces,
Yeah. You got to start doing it months ahead. Method.
meth head.
Method acting. Method acting.
Dude, a little kid spitting pea soup in homeowners' faces is meth head acting.
Talk about Town Square on the Next Door app.
You'll never believe.
What?
This comment comes from Barbara. Narga in Twin Oaks says, I opened my door and I saw the Dilophosaurus from Jurassic Park. I'm just trying to eat my evening Viennas. I open the door, open kimono, scramble to get it closed.
Oh my, Barbara.
And Narga sees this little dino. He couldn't be more than 4 feet tall.
No.
But he opens up a step ladder, climbs it right in front of me, and I'm saying, what is he doing? spits a whole can of pea soup right in my face.
Man, the outrage on Nextdoor. It would be unparalleled.
Get your torch and pitchforks because we're going after this dinosaur.
We're finding him. Braxton.
Following Narga into the fray.
Mm-hmm. Look out, Braxton. Narga's coming.
Look out, Braxton. Narga's.
It's a good title.
Out of context, it's just like, what? Who's Braxton? Who's Narga? Is that a name? Is that a nickname for Barbara?
Check Nextdoor. Check it.
Check it.
I would say, so you guys took the little ones trick-or-treating. They're not little, but we call them that because they're the youngest. But I went home with my big boys, and they had friends over for, football, gaming. They got in the hot tub for a little while. More club whatever's being had over there.
Fizzy drink.
And so, I handed out candy, which is a delight. I actually love that.
Man, I hate it.
Okay. I would say that I had right around 50 trick-or-treaters.
Okay.
Not a huge amount.
I'll tell you this right now.
Okay.
About your house. Mm-hmm. It is
not accessible.
No, you have to do a lot of climbing. Mm-hmm. It's like going to get a Reese's from Rapunzel.
We're up here on Mount Everest.
It's
come on up for your M&Ms.
If you dare earn your M&Ms, you burn them all off on the way up the stairs.
Ooh, idea.
Okay.
Next year, I'm dressing as Rapunzel. Kids have to climb up my hair to get their candies.
Cut to the week after Halloween when we're on the pod and a whole side of your head is just it's just literally been ripped clean out. Well, that wasn't a good idea.
It sounded good on paper.
Rapunzel.
Wasn't.
Rapunzel. Cut rate.
Rizpunzel.
The Walgreens costume aisle.
Of the Disney princess. Listen, it would be fun. Be memorable for
the
sure.
Disney Duchesses. Rapunzel. Grinderelli.
Okay, this is funny to me because
Aurora Borealis.
Rate all the
Yellow snow.
Is that Frozen?
Well, no, that's Snow White.
Oh.
Yellow snow.
Elsa.
Yellow snow and 11 dorks.
That's really good.
What a stupid. I mean, here we need to start a direct to DVD company.
Okay.
Making the feral cats.
Yes.
Yellow snow and 11 dorks.
I think that's what happened with the latest production of Cats.
I actually didn't see it, but I've only heard bad things.
I haven't seen it either, so I can't talk. I actually love that musical. I haven't been able to bring myself to watch the latest adaptation because I don't want to be disappointed. Also, it's got my girl in it, Tay-Tay.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Okay.
Just another wonderful thing she's contributed to the world.
Stop it. Okay, this was funny to me.
That is
was a
guttural.
That was a long.
Listen, gnarly.
Wow.
Gnarly farts.
Brought to you by our sound effects sponsor, Sweet D. Sorry, guys.
Is there just who's the guy? Who's the guy that goes into the sound booth?
I know, right? What a job. Mom and Dad, I just got booked for a project. What is it, son?
It's voiceover acting, but with my butt.
Gosh. Well, that's how Franny got her start.
I mean, I'm just imagining, because when you go into a vocal booth, it's like everything's set up. They got you EQ'd and compressions on you and your mic's right there in your face. It's really all the same thing, except it's just lower and behind you.
Sure. I bet that's what happens.
Craft Services has a lovely curry on the boil.
Okay.
Come on in.
Come on in.
Come on in. We've got some product to push.
Guys, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I can confirm that it is, in fact, a sound effect maker and not my brother in this instance. Okay, this was funny to me. Hope's Worst Candy was the Halloween sucker. I posted about that in a little Halloween recap that I did on the socials. I don't post often, but when I do.
It's mediocre.
It's mediocre every time. So Mindy, our friend and field producer out in Guam, got back to me and she said, someone in Guam this evening gave out white hotel slippers. as their treat.
That's pretty awesome.
I know.
I'll elbow a kid out of the way.
I hope they were packaged. I hope they were not used, previously worn.
I hope that person just travels a lot for work and has just been stealing
Storing
them.
them up.
Well, this is going to be a good Halloween.
It's going to be a great treat
Kids
for
just
the kids.
slip sliding around the neighborhood.
I know.
Bacteria traps.
I know. That made me laugh really, really hard, but also I'm kind of jealous of it. Okay. Have you eaten at Sparrow here in Edmond, Italian?
Yeah.
I had kind of not a last minute, but it was a fun kind of, I don't want to call it last minute because it was like several days in advance, but it was an unexpected get together with some friends from college, friends that were in my same sorority, friends from several pledge classes above.
Okay.
And it was lovely. I have not seen some of those gals for 20 plus years.
That's great.
So shout out to all of you guys. Here's what really struck me that night, aside from the fantastic conversation and connection that we experienced. They have a dish at this restaurant that is a chicken parmesan. How do you feel about a chicken parmesan? It has carbs, so probably not great.
Well, I like carbs. That's not the thing. I enjoy them.
You and your war on carbs.
I am. It's like this is where I'm really, really just anti-carb propaganda. I'm really out here doing it. No, I like a chicken parm. I don't ever. It's not anything I think to get, but I do. I mean, what's not to like? It's fried chicken with sauce and cheese.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it.
It sounds great. A chicken parm Sammy.
Oh, extra carbs.
Yeah, if you're gonna do it.
This is a chicken parm pizza style. Brandon, it's this big.
That's
What
pretty
is
big.
that? 12 inches
Sure.
in diameter. And they put it on there's like a bed of greens and then they have a little hot honey.
Okay.
Anyway, I was mesmerized by this dish.
You can go a little too hard with the hot honey, just by the way. People can overdo with the hot honey.
Because of the hot or the honey?
Because of the honey.
A little sweet.
A little sweet.
Honey is sickly sweet.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy the honey flavor much at all. Unless
I feel like it gets overused in things. People love to use it to do things.
it's intense.
So I have a complicated relationship with honey
Okay. Wow.
because the Jessica Alba movie is breathtaking.
Sure.
Her dancing,
Yeah.
the choreo.
Sure.
Jessica Alba is the greatest dancer of this or any generation.
Hot takes.
Hot honey.
Hot honey.
And
Hot honey, hot takes.
hot honey hot takes with Jessica Alba.
Yeah. Welcome.
Welcome. Weirdest podcast. Where it's just like she's done all this stuff over the years. She started this honest company. She's a successful businesswoman. She's been in numerous movies. She's done all of these things, but she decides to start a podcast.
This is what she's
based
known
around
for.
the dance movie Honey. And she uses it to review different types of honey.
And it's called Hot Honey.
And it gets way more listeners than we do.
The first episode.
Yeah.
Right out the gate.
No, and I feel like culturally, just for me,
Okay.
I think honey is very a heartwarming notion because all I can picture is that little gif of Winnie the Pooh dancing with his honey thing in there, and it says hero honey on it, and he spells honey wrong, Hunny, and it always makes my heart very happy when I see that. But then I don't eat honey,
It's good for you.
but I watch honey
Daily.
daily.
Lindsay's sick of it.
Everyone is sick of it.
Okay, this weekend was the Bedlam game here in the great state of Oklahoma. The last official Bedlam game, probably. Probably.
Yeah.
And guess what happened? I don't know if you heard.
What happened was, here's how I've been describing it.
I know. I hoped you would.
What happened was, there are two brothers.
Yes.
One of them is big brother.
Yes.
One of them is little brother.
Yes.
Always chirping at him, trying to hang out with him,
Yeah.
trying to play in the same sandbox. And big brother, long time ago, just started beating the crap out of little brother.
Yeah. Like 100 years ago.
And has consistently just been pounding him in the head, like just into the ground like a railroad spike.
Every now and then, though.
Every now and then,
Maybe like 19 times.
yeah, like little brother will get a nipple pinch in and run away.
Right, a nurple.
He'll hit him with a nerp.
Yeah.
and then
Run away.
and then run and hide under behind mom's apron.
Skirt.
Okay, it's like the big brother just beat the crap out of him in a whole really long drawn out fight, and little brother at the last minute just threw one big lucky haymaker and connected and knocked out big brother, and that has got to really, really make big brother super angry.
angry.
And I don't care. I could have lost every single Bedlam game in history as an OSU fan.
Yeah.
But winning this one it's
Sweet.
not even vindicated. It's not even excited. It's just hilarious.
Yeah.
Is all
sweet.
it is.
It's sweet like honey.
It's sweet like Jessica Alba. Ladies and gentlemen, the last ever Bedlam game won by Oklahoma State University. That's gotta be sweet like Jessica Alba. They're storming the field, tearing down the goalposts, dancing like what? Like Honey from the movie Honey, starring Jessica Alba. Up next on TBS. All right, guys. Go, Pokes.
See you next year for Bedlam. Oh, wait.
Oh, wait a minute. Instead of Bedlam next year, we're airing a Honey Marathon.
Okay, guys. I know that most of you know this. We attended Oklahoma State University, and we had Bedlam against the University of Oklahoma. We won. Can't believe it still. But Crindy and Harry went to this game. We did not go. My oldest Harrison went with his buddy Josie. Time of their lives. Both of them O State fans. Stormed the field, even though they were instructed not to. They ran out onto the field after, have the funnest pictures, the funnest videos. I gotta say, it's a sweet victory. Sweet like honey.
Yep, sweet like Alba.
Sweet like Alba. Anyway, just thought it was worth mentioning. Okay, that reminds me of a story that I think you need to tell very briefly, because we're back here again with Halloween just happening and the Bedlam game just happening. Just very briefly, do you want to refresh our listeners on the story that you told? I believe you told it last year when you took your gap year from college.
Yeah.
And worked as a valet.
I did.
At Norman Region Hospital.
I did.
Sorry.
My finest.
The fact that I just called it a gap year.
Yeah. You're giving it way too much credit.
Sorry.
It was not a gap year.
It came out and I just.
It's like
I got tickled.
you said it like I was just some like European boy from boarding school.
Yes.
I want to take my gap year this year. Explore, learn myself, figure out what I want to do with my life. Explore, see art, travel. You know.
Park cars.
Yeah, park cars at the hospital.
At hospital.
Park cars at hospital. Okay, cheerio.
My gap year from uni.
Really, yeah, you can call it a gap year from uni, but it was really just like, it was more of like a really, really trashy rum springer. It was like the little Amish boy getting to experience the world.
Okay.
And oh, baby, did I in the parking lot of the Norman Regional Hospital.
Speaking of parking cars, the Bedlam game that year, the year of your gap, was in Norman.
The year I worked at Gap. That's why it was called a gap year.
You didn't even work at Gap.
Don't class it up. I'm an old Navy guy.
Okay. So you guys lived by the stadium. So you used your lawn to park cars during games. You paid your rent that way.
Yeah, we did.
It was fantastic.
Because I was not making nearly enough money
At the Gap.
parking cars at the Gap.
No.
I just wasn't.
So tell them what happened.
You're going to need that in a bigger size. That was me at the Gap.
Got it. You got fired.
Yeah. Wound up at the hospital. Yeah, we would park cars.
Yeah.
And the story about the lady.
Oh, yeah.
It's and I think I've told it on the pod before, but it's my favorite. Two ladies, both equally delusional about how cool they are.
Sure.
One in crimson and cream.
Yeah.
One in bright orange.
Yeah.
The lady in the OU outfit, I see her walk, and it's like Halloween-y time.
Yeah.
She walks right past the lady and says, "Happy Halloween," about her orange outfit. Happy Halloween. And then she's so proud of herself, kind of tosses her hair and starts to walk away.
Saunters.
And the OSU lady looked right at her and goes, "Well, the trick's going to be on you." And I've never seen a prouder person of something that she had just said. And all her friends were around her were like, "Yeah,
You got her.
you got her so good."
And I think we titled the episode where you told that Sick Burn, Brenda.
Sick burn, Brenda.
'Cause
Because
it
she
was.
did. She burned her to the ground.
I just thought that would be a fun time
The
to
trick's going to be on you. Not now, but in 2023. When they just wait. Just you wait. And I'll still be wearing this orange.
because we lost that day.
And every
Probably.
other day.
I'm not sure, but I could assume. Okay, real quick, big news at our house.
Go ahead.
I have shared with you that Harrison has started his driver's ed journey.
Man.
Right?
Which is
crazy time.
Which is awesome because he has a car, but he doesn't right now because his uncle's driving it.
It's Jeff's old car, which is currently being driven by Brandon. Man, because everything that you own is broken right now.
Oh my gosh.
What is happening?
Can we just distill and boil down my last couple of months into one metaphor? Everything, Brandon, everything you own. How about everything you possess? Externally, internally.
Stop it. You know what I mean. I'm just remarking on all your stuffs are breaking.
Brandon, you're a broken human.
No, I'm just saying when it rains, it pours with this stuff.
It's awesome because it really is like the universe. Like, here's what happened.
Okay.
No, here's what happened. You know when you're at Hideaway Pizza.
Okay. Yes.
And they've got nugget ice.
Yeah.
And you're at the very end of your beverage.
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
And you tip it back to try to get that last little bit.
Yeah. Just.
And then it's like the ice is waiting.
Yeah.
And then at the most opportune time, it all attacks your face at once.
Yeah.
The universe is my Hideaway Pizza cup.
Okay.
And ice is problems.
Toilets. Cars. What's the other thing you said?
Seasonal affective disorder.
No. I'm just saying like your internet.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
It's quite literally everything all at once.
Yeah. But you know what? Good news. You're getting it fixed now.
Good
Guess
news.
what's going to be great? 2024.
You know what's going to be great? I'm going to be hot showering all the way through 2024.
That's what I'm saying.
Until something else breaks.
But you'll have hot water.
And at the end of the day.
That's all we need. That was not the plushie.
Mouth farts.
That was Brandon. Okay, so anyway, Harrison's in driver's ed. He took his courses. Now he's doing drive times. So if you do this through a particular driving school here in our fair city, sponsor us, Merkley's. You're great. They'll pick you up at school in the practice car and take you on a 2-hour drive time. Harrison did this yesterday. The instructor, gets out of the car and says, "Come on in. Mm-hmm. Get in the driver's seat." Harrison has never driven on a city street. We've practiced in parking lots, in neighborhoods with nothing in them.
Yeah.
He's never been on the road with other cars. This was his first day doing this yesterday.
It's a big day.
Let me tell you what they covered in 2 hours. He drove from Edmond to Deer Creek on a road with a speed limit of 55 mph. Yeah. They parallel parked. Uh-huh. They did intersections, traffic lights. Okay. He changed lanes. Okay. He said, "Mom, I sweat through my sweatshirt. I sweat it clean through."
Man, that's always the worst.
Baptism by fire.
When you sweat through a sweatshirt,
right?
you know you're
in driver's ed.
When you sweat all the way through your sweatshirt, you know you're in driver's ed. You know one of my favorite things to do, and it has been since I started driving.
Sweat through a sweatshirt.
Is to sweat through a sweatshirt and pants.
Oh gosh.
Get a nice little swamp situation going.
Yeah.
And then
and then that's it.
That's it. That's what I do. No, what I like to do, and I like to do it.
Okay.
Is to pull up next to a student driver who's very clearly nervous.
Sweaty.
And just stare until they eventually look over.
Yeah.
And then hit them with a thumbs down.
Brandon, they don't need that. Also, they could call the cops on you.
No, it's a thumbs down. It's just me expressing my disapproval. They don't know for what. And so they're just racking their brain trying to figure out what sort of move they just pulled.
You do not do
that. Their instructor didn't notice, but this guy did. Thumbs down guy pulls up next to him, hits him with a thumbs down, which is the face-to-face equivalent of posting on the Nextdoor app about it. Oh. It's letting them know, hey, you.
I don't like what you're doing.
I don't think it's. I feel like a thumbs down to me. People who go around tossing the bird, that to me is thoughtless. Thoughtless thuggery. When you take the time to turn a thumb down,
that's really going to mess somebody up.
Yeah,
because that's going to cause an internal questioning and a dialogue.
What did I do?
The bird never does.
What did I do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thumbs down, so great.
You do not do that to student drivers. The next time you even think about doing that, think about your nephew.
Well, no, it's funny that you say that
In
because
that car.
I do that to student drivers. And my next question was going to be, when is Harrison doing driver's ed again?
His next drive time is when?
I'm
Where
gonna
do they start from?
I'm going to be in a disguise. I'm going to pull up next to him in his future car, hit him with a thumbs down.
With your mustache.
Man,
Okay.
don't worry. The guy in the mustache in the stolen car is just my uncle. Apparently, he disapproves of the way I'm driving. Carry on. Tally ho.
Okay, but this begs the question. Can you think of a more terrifying job than a driving instructor? Because so Harrison told me the cars still have a gas pedal and a brake, no wheel on the instructor side. So you can reach over and grab the wheel as an instructor. And I guess you sort of get confident and comfortable doing that. I cannot imagine a more terrifying profession.
Does he not have
Maybe coal miner? I don't know.
underwater welder?
Yeah. Cave diver?
Studio engineer at the fart studio?
Maybe.
Anyways, I
can't imagine
Do
it.
they not have their own wheel and brakes on their side of the car?
Who, the student?
No, the students are just hanging out.
No, the instructor has a gas pedal and a brake.
So they can sort it out. They can fix it if the student starts to.
I mean, they can make the car
if
stop.
if
and go.
Harrison starts earning a thumbs down, they can start and
and
stop.
it overrides
Yeah,
what's happening over here, apparently.
it's great technology.
Well, it is. But I'm just saying, what a horrific job.
no.
And props to all you driving instructors out there, because I couldn't do it. It's all I can do to drive in the car with my own kid. It's terrifying. And he's a good driver.
That's a pretty. I was gonna say like flight instructor, like teaching people to fly, maybe. But if
that's
but by
also
the time
scary.
they get to that point, I would imagine the stakes are pretty high. So they're like more schooled than a
Mindy and her husband are pilots. So I need to know from you out in Guam.
Tell us about it.
She's flying over the ocean,
Just puddle jumping,
island hopping.
island hopping.
Anyway, I'm telling you, the world of driver's ed, it's just brought up a whole bunch of feelings for me that I remember when I first started driving. And I think I probably sweat through some clothes.
Do you remember
very nervous.
Do you remember the first song you put on when you got in your car for the first time when you were
but
driving
apparently you do.
solo? No, I don't remember the first song you put on when you got in your car.
No, what did
actually.
you put on?
Intergalactic by the Beastie Boys.
Oh, good choice.
Because I was free. I was going.
Oh yeah,
And
you
I
full volume.
And I turned it up.
Intergalactic. You know what mine
Do
was?
the whole song.
No. You know what mine probably was at that time? You ready for this?
All I wanna do is have some fun.
No. I went through.
If it makes you, it's just gonna be all Sheryl Crow.
I did like Cheryl.
I bet you. No, here's what I picture. Can I tell you what I picture?
I mean, you can.
First off, it was probably a praise and worship song, which is
Absolutely wasn't.
no. I picture you getting in the car,
Like praise.
putting
do it then.
putting in a CD,
Okay.
turning on that Mazda MX-3,
Yeah.
and then let's go, girls. It's a symbolic send off.
Let's go, girls.
You were just
As
ready.
my friends like slumped down in their bucket seats
my
in the
gosh.
back. Anyway, I do think probably the first song might have been Strawberry Wine. When I think about my summers in the Mazda MX-3, I think about manual window rolling down,
Yeah.
just popping that strawberry wine in there. It was great.
Strawberry Wine.
I loved that song. I had a bit of a country phase my 16th summer.
Yeah, well, you have you go through musical phases. You're in the throes of one right now that I don't particularly care for. but-
I'm not, and I'm not going to talk about this today. He's speaking about my my foray into Taylor Swift music, and I'm approaching this. I felt attacked, honestly, by that whole group of people on Sunday, and you know who you are. I love this group of people, but I felt attacked by them because everyone was dogging on me for listening to Taylor Swift. Here's what I'm doing. I am approaching this as an anthropologist.
You're like Jane Goodall with the apes.
That's it.
Except instead of apes, it's Swifties.
And I am studying them. Also, my daughter likes some Taylor Swift
Swifties in the
music.
mist. Man, I wish we had the budget to make this film.
Swifty said that's it. That's what I'm doing. I'm serious. If nothing sparked my interest like going to that movie and seeing this subculture of people. Plus, my daughter listens to some of it. She's allowed to listen to some of it. Some of it has sparked a lot of good conversations. We say, this language, this behavior, this isn't great. But anyway,
Yeah.
Taylor Swift is a 33-year-old woman. Her business is hers. But anyway, her
business is all of ours.
Approaching it
She
really
puts
is.
it all out there.
She does. I'm just approaching it with curiosity. I need to know what's up with the music for my girl.
You know what
Also,
curiosity did?
I killed the feral cat.
2, 3, 4.
Keep it classy.
Listen,
Anyway, I felt attacked, and I
need to be
still haven't
careful
recovered.
because
What?
when you are out here researching the Swifties,
Okay.
you could develop like a form of Stockholm syndrome where you start to sympathize with them,
Okay.
and you become one.
I'm guarding against
You're
it.
ingratiated to their culture.
I
You
just
are
need to be able
assimilating.
to move freely between the cultures without suspicion. I don't need them
Which is-
regarding me with
Which I
suspicion.
got to tell you, I'm on a list.
I know.
I'm
You're
on
not welcome.
I'm on the T Swift no fly list. I can't move freely between
After the
worlds.
last couple episodes, yes, you are.
If I see Travis Kelce in these streets, he's pummeling me.
I mean, I like to think Travis Kelce would invite me in for a beverage with him and Taylor at this point for all the good I've had to say
You are
about her.
you're standing up.
I'm just saying. This came to me yesterday, and or Sunday. I thought I'm approaching this like an anthropologist, and all of you guys can shut it. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
I listen.
Thank you.
You okay?
News from the next door. Okay.
Pivot, hard pivot.
Hard pivot. Okay, Brittany recently posted.
Oh gosh. You need to clarify because if you say Brittany, just one name,
Okay, we all
I just assumed
right. Sure, everyone does.
that she's out here posting on the Nextdoor app.
No, this is a different. I think.
You want to talk about the wildest Nextdoor app posts that might ever happen?
Goodness, man, I'm really concerned.
She didn't even put out a book. It's just one really long Nextdoor app post.
I do want to read her book. I really do. I've
tell
heard
you who's-
Michelle Williams does a great job reading the
I
audio
did too.
book.
I'll tell you, Justin Timberlake's getting dragged right now.
Well, I saw that for
He's
being.
getting, which, to be fair, I'm certain that Justin Timberlake is an imperfect human, as are the rest of us.
Absolutely.
I am certain that in relationships, things go sideways and sour, this, that, the
Sure.
other.
And I don't want my relationship
But
history.
I'll tell
posted
you
on-
what I don't want
Okay.
is an ex of mine from 20 years ago
Right.
who just got out of a conservatorship. I've got a couple. I've got a couple. And now they've resurfaced, posting on the gram, dancing with knives. It's wild.
Yeah.
I don't need one of the three.
Yeah.
I don't need them writing a book about what a D-bag I was when I was 20. Because guess what, guys? Spoiler alert.
I was
a
one.
D-bag when I was 20.
Well, who isn't?
Still am one, just a 40-year-old one.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm really concerned about that whole situation. I'm hoping that she is able to get the help that she needs because something is very, very, very wrong there. Very wrong. Very wrong. And I'm deeply concerned. I had to stop reading about it or looking at videos because I really am. I'm super worried about her.
Yeah. News from the Nextdoor app.
Okay. Well, this is a different Brittany.
I know. Hope so.
She says she was posting about the terrible service that she received at a local restaurant.
No.
Okay. Among her complaints, they got seated in 5 minutes after being quoted 30.
That's a complaint.
That's a complaint.
I had settled in.
Yeah.
I was ready.
I was ready.
I got on my cushion.
Wait. I was doing words with friends.
I planned how long I was going to wait. I ate several chomps because I was waiting
I
for
wasn't even hungry.
chomperous chons.
Okay, next complaint. They brought my husband mayo for toast instead of butter. How dare they?
I mean, that's weird, but it's not
is.
worth posting about.
It was a simple mistake. Simple mistake.
Yeah.
We'll just correct that for you. And they brought the check before the food even came out.
Ugh.
How dare they?
How efficient and horrible of them. My experience at Timberlake's Diner was atrocious.
But the question...
The wait staff just couldn't seem to get in sync. And so I stood up and you know what I said? I said, bye.
Really good. Really good.
And then I pooed it and I go, oops, I did it again. And then they all said, you're toxic. I'm slipping under. But do it, baby, one more time. It's tearing up my farts when I'm really
Okay. But here's her question for Next Door App. She presented all these complaints and then she said, what should I tip, guys? What should I tip?
I don't know.
Here are my thoughts on tipping. Always do it. Okay?
Always do it.
It's gonna take something really bad.
Do you know what?
It's gonna take a personal attack on me, or my family by the wait person for me to not tip.
It's gonna take you making me wait less and bringing me mayonnaise. That's what it's gonna take. No,
honestly,
as tipping is concerned, I realize there's a lot of debate around tipping culture as it currently stands.
Especially now, because we kind of are forced to tip.
I'm a tipper. I like to tip. I enjoy to tip. I build it in because I feel like the people work hard. I've worked in the food service industry. I know what that's about.
And also, you don't make a living wage unless you are tipped.
And that being said,
so tip, guys.
I am a black coffee drinker. And when I order a black coffee, and then they flip the screen around and go, it's going to ask you a question.
Yeah, we know.
They know what question it's asking me.
We all do.
And it always says $1, $2, $3. And tipping $1 on a $2 cup of coffee when it's just black coffee feels excessive to me. So you know what I do? Custom tip, 50 cents. Boom.
Okay.
That feels appropriate, right?
Okay. Yes, I'm just saying tip, guys. Don't be like that. Don't be that person. Do not be that person. People do not make a living wage unless they earn tips. And even then, it's not a living wage most of the time. So tip. I'm just saying, I wanted to take this moment. And if I could get off my soapbox.
Please.
I'm just saying.
Nobody in this room is on the other side of this issue. I'm a producer.
He just left.
Yeah, well, he's not getting tipped.
He's not getting tipped for this.
Because he sucks.
Okay. So guys, we are curious about what's going on in your neighborhoods. If you come across fascinating posts on your Nextdoor app, screenshot those and send them to us. We love to receive these. Sometimes they're funny. Sometimes they're weird. Sometimes
the CHWH story.
The CHW. Okay, how is your algorithm?
Oh, okay. So I told you the big news that my guys were collabing.
Yeah.
There's food review collabs happening all over the place. Okay. And it's awesome. And I'm loving it.
Between the two of them?
Two of them. And there's another guy who's jumped in the mix. It's great. But I'll tell you my newest addition.
Okay.
His name is Gary. I think it's Tuozo.
Okay.
I will find it and send it.
Yeah.
He's an old guy.
Okay.
He's got probably sub 1,000 followers. I don't know how he found me, but he's just an old guy with a long beard, and he stands in his living room, and every day he posts a video of him nunchucking. That's it. Ooh. And it's not high energy. It's nothing crazy. There's no music. There's no cuts. It's a one single shot of an elderly feller chucking.
Just
chucking it up.
Out here.
My favorite. And That's
weird.
I love to just send them to my friends with no explanation.
It doesn't need any.
My friends they're like, your algorithm is an absolute cesspool disaster. They just don't know what's going on. But he's my new addition. Everybody follow him. Can we double his amount of followers? Because he's out here chucking.
Yeah, we'll post him. Guys, if you don't follow us on the socials, do so at CHWH Pod. Every Friday we do How's Your Algorithm Roundup.
And this Friday it's going to be all chucks.
All chucks all day. And you send us the weird stuff from your algorithms and we repost it in a big roundup and it's great.
You guys send us the weird stuff in your algorithms and further weird up our algorithm.
And it's great.
Which is great.
And we're syncing up. It's our goal to sync up and we're getting there. I have gotten a lot of things about Fran Drescher this week.
Have you really?
I really have.
That's awesome.
Because it's always listening. About her career highlights, talking about her fashion.
Isn't she this SAG president as well?
She might be. I've seen her speaking about the AI stuff.
She's out here.
She's out here. Franny.
Beautician and the Beast.
It's true. I have a new guy named Riley O'Neill out of San Diego. His account is called Sunrise Ceramics, and it's him throwing pots.
Yeah.
And it's mesmerizing and relaxing and peaceful, and I love it. And he's delightful.
You know what I love?
What?
You got a dude throwing pots, doing something really zen.
Artistic.
I got an old guy nunchucking in his living room.
Yes. And this is where we are. Okay, guys, I want to pitch something to you real quick. I don't want to run out of time to do this. Last year, we did a fundraiser for our friends out in Guam. And you guys were so generous, and we were able to provide several meals for the unhoused population in a local park in Guam. Our friend Mindy headed that up. This year, we want to do something because this season that we're living in, guys, especially online, is pretty dark. You know, we're talking about weird algorithm stuff, but you can't get online these days without just leaving feeling awful.
I thought you were saying we're talking about Weird Al Yankovic when you said weird algorithms.
Weird algorithms. But no, guys, it's a tough time right now. It's a tough time to be a human being, and especially online. And so this year around the holidays, we want to do something special. We're calling this Show Us Something Beautiful.
Ashley's calling it that, but I'm here.
So
too.
if you are going about your day and you see something beautiful, snap a picture of it, take a video of it, post it, and tag us in it.
God, you were going to get so many mirror selfies from me.
Oh, yes.
Oh, what's that? Beautiful.
Mustache. Tag us in it. We'll repost it and share it with our community. We want to be really intentional about seeking and noticing beauty in this season. You know, push back against the darkness a little bit.
There you go.
Okay, what you've been watching, reading, or listening to?
Oh my gosh, we don't have very much time.
I know, quickly.
I've started rewatching a show called Letterkenny that's really funny.
Letterkenny.
It's inappropriate, but it's really, really funny.
Okay. I have something that I want you and the listeners to know about. It's on HBO Max. It's a true crime documentary in the vein of Tiger King.
Okay.
It's called Last Stop Larimah.
Okay.
Larrimah. It's Australian. You know, I love the Aussies.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, it's a town in the Australian outback of 11 people. One of them goes missing. And
he's over there.
There it is. Guys, it's fascinating. It's about a little less than 2 hours long. Last Stop Larimah on HBO Max.
Great.
Okay, what's your warm heart?
I'm going to say generosity of friends, namely your husband at this point in my life, like being very helpful, letting me drive his car when I need it. And he also bought me some awesome overalls.
Yeah, he did for your birthday.
Yeah, so there you go.
I mean, awesome.
Quiet down. What's yours?
We'll talk more about those. This morning, I went to Hope's 4th grade musical performance, The Tall Tales.
Mm-hmm.
It was actual Tall Tales. They were licensed.
Yeah.
She had 2 singing solos and a fantastic speaking part, and I'm so proud of her.
Nice job, Hope.
Warmed my heart right up.
Your uncle's warm heart is that he's a deadbeat who's borrowing a car and wearing overalls, and you put on a wonderful performance. Hey, guys, thanks for listening to Cold Hands Warm Hearts. Anyway,
Bye.
bye. Can I borrow a car?